Zombies. Last of Us / Walking Dead meets Marvel Universe. It was only a matter of time before Marvel had to become zombified in the way that almost everything today that we've seen from Call of Duty and God knows what else has had zombies in some fashion. Marvel was always next on their list, I suppose, and maybe even DC will do something like that. Who knows? But in this recent episode of What If, Hank Pym enters the quantum realm to retrieve his wife, who's been infected by a quantum virus that turns people into zombies whenever they get infected. Then he gets infected by her, he comes back and infects other people, and the next thing you know, the Avengers get infected, and it turns into a worldwide global zombie crisis. This was a bit more lighthearted in comparison to the previous episode with Doctor Strange, since we've got the young Peter Parker thrown into the mix, not voiced by Tom Holland, although I beg to question whether or not this is actually Tom Holland, even though he's credited as somebody else. His voice sounds a lot like him, and I couldn't help but say a few times, are you sure this is not Tom Holland? Seeing him do his own little documentary of sorts, like he did in Captain America Civil War when he went to Germany to meet the Avengers. And Banner shows up in the similar vein that he does in Infinity War, only to find that Strange, Wong, Tony Stark, and the Squidward guy from Thanos' army have turned into zombies, only to be rescued by Hope and Spider-Man, who run into the other Avengers at Grand Central Station, such as Sharon Carter and Happy Hogan. And then Bucky shows up, voiced by Sebastian Stan, who I think did a much better job in this episode. After the first episode, he was or at least it looked kind of off on my end. But what I liked about this is seeing how everybody was turning into zombies. You didn't really know exactly who was going to get eaten or who was going to survive. It kind of left me on my toes in a way. Even though it was pretty obvious that a good amount of people were going to get eaten by these things, I thought, okay, this is What If. Who's going to bite the dust and who's not? And the humor that's injected in this episode really pays off with Happy Hogan's blam, blam, blam when he uses Tony Stark's arc reactor thing. And Scott Lang, who's ahead, once he uses Doctor Strange's cape, says Wingardium Leviosa. Had me rolling.
That was your friend. Sorry about that.
I should be sad, but I'm not.
And his confrontation on the train with zombie Captain America, killing him.
Sorry, pal. Guess this is the end of the line.
Ouch. Unfortunately, Hope has been infected by the virus. Peter tries to lift her spirits up, and she asks, how are you able to stay so upbeat when all this stuff is happening?
My mom, Dad, Uncle Ben, Mr. Stark. Now happy. I've lost a lot. But my Aunt May says that if we don't keep smiling when they can't, then we might as well just be gone too.
This episode validated everything about how I feel as a person and how I try to stay upbeat in almost every situation. If I don't, nobody else will. So somebody has to be optimistic. Not only that, but this is the first time we actually get to hear Uncle Ben mentioned in the Marvel Universe. Finally! Finally! Unless they've already planned on it, I'm not holding my breath on any mention of him in No Way Home. So they end up in a hideout, which is soon to be revealed as Vision's hideout, who's managed to keep all the zombies at bay, and we see dismembered Black Panther, and also a zombie-turned-Scarlet Witch, who I have to say is a lot more scarier. Mix that with a zombie turn? No thanks. Vision couldn't kill her because he still has an emotional attachment to her. Dude, she's a zombie. She's not in there anymore. Similar to Shaun of the Dead, when Shaun has to convince his mother that her husband is no longer there and that the zombie is taken over. Bruce Banner, for the most part, is still in Bruce Banner form, and we do get a little bit of the, come on, Hulk, come out. No! What do you mean, no? But he finally gets to come out when he has to fight that horde of zombies as they escape on the quad jet towards Wakanda. Barely managed to escape. Peter's pretty confident that they're going to be able to defeat the apocalypse. They arrive in Wakanda with the Soul Stone, only for us to see that it's been besieged by zombies, and a zombified Thanos has a nearly complete Infinity Gauntlet. Boom. Credits. And I don't expect there to be a sequel to this episode, although maybe they could. Next year, there's all kinds of possibilities. And I've noticed that the Watcher's appearance or silhouette is getting bigger and bigger per episode. I don't remember if I said this in the previous reviews. He almost seems to me like he's the god of the Marvel Universe, watching over all these different realities and different times. He's kind of letting things happen as they do and only interfering when he has to. That's just my guess. Talking with some other friends, I have a feeling that he's gonna make a big intervention at some point in the next few episodes. We'll see, though. Consider episode 5 to be thrown into the ranks of zombie entertainment that I can actually like. There's not that many that I care for. The Last of Us series and this episode, they're the exception to the rule. Those are my thoughts on episode 5 of What If. Comment below and tell me what your thoughts are, and I'll see you guys in the next video.